Floyd's broke. You got to understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
I realize we put our lives on the line. It's blood, sweat, and tears. See, a lot of y'all sit behind a computer and write about us fighters.
What the hell is going on with Floyd Mayweather, man?
Man, do we got money or not? I don't know what's going on.
I'm lost.
Man, I seen, I think Stephen A was talking about he was bankrupt.
In a surprising and intense moment that shook the boxing world, Floyd Mayweather faced serious questions during a live press conference. Reporters confronted him about growing rumors that he might be going bankrupt. Known for showing off his lavish lifestyle, Mayweather didn't hold back. Slamming his fist on the podium, he shouted, "It's all lies." His voice rang through the crowded room as journalists continued to demand answers about leaked financial documents and claims that his fortune could be falling apart behind the scenes. The undefeated boxing champ, famous for his confidence, suddenly found himself in the hot seat.
Floyd Mayweather just signed a deal to lease an apartment in Midtown Manhattan. He's going to be paying $100,000 per month for this place. Here's the apartment, you guys. It's got 5 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, 4,000 square feet, and the place is pretty epic, I'm not gonna lie. The description says that this is a double unit and it is a corner unit, so you got a ton of natural light in here. Do you think this place is worth $100,000 per month? Why would Floyd spend $100,000 a month on this apartment? If I had to guess, it would be a combination of owning something is just kind of a liability. Plus, I'm pretty sure whenever you rent a place versus buy a place for business purposes, you're able to write off more of that lease payment. So if I had to guess, that $100,000 per month is going to be a pretty big write-off for him based on how he plans to use this place.
That heated press conference was only the start of a bigger conversation about Mayweather's money situation. Even though he strongly denied any talk of bankruptcy, doubts didn't go away. They were fueled by different stories and incidents, including one involving employees at a Mayweather-branded gym in Los Angeles. These workers staged a protest, claiming they hadn't been paid. The event added to the growing whispers that something might be wrong with the finances of the man, who once called himself the best ever.
Hard work, dedication, no pay. Literally slavery. Dedication, no pay. No pay. Hard work, dedication, no pay. I believe. No, it's no, this for real. No pay.
Where's Money Mayweather? Hard work,
Dedication.
no pay.
Speculation only grew when Mayweather sold off several of his multi-million-dollar homes. This sparked more talk that he might be struggling financially. In response, Mayweather took to social media to show that he was far from broke. He posted a video showing off a range of real estate investments all over the country. In the video, he explained that he was simply changing his investment strategy, moving away from flashy luxury homes and putting his money into income-generating properties, like office buildings and skyscrapers. He also mentioned partnerships with top real estate firms to underline that his empire was still going strong.
Floyd Money Mayweather is at it again. This time, not in the ring, but in the real estate market. The undefeated boxing champ just sold his Miami Beach mansion for a jaw-dropping $22 million. Let's break down the numbers and see why Floyd's still living up to his nickname. Mayweather originally bought this stunning waterfront property in 2021 for $18 million. Fast forward 3 years and he's walking away with a cool $4 million profit. Not bad, right? And here's a fun twist. The buyer is taking on a $13 million mortgage, which comes with monthly payments of nearly $99,000. Now, let's talk about the mansion itself. It's a 3-story masterpiece, spanning over 9,000 square feet with 9 bedrooms and 3.5 bathrooms. But the amenities? Next level. A 5,000 square foot rooftop with panoramic views.
Mayweather also used past press conferences to fight back against claims about money troubles. During the 2017 media tour for his fight with Conor McGregor, he made headlines by pulling out an uncashed $100 million check, his guaranteed payout from his 2015 mega fight against Manny Pacquiao. He used it to prove that he was still financially secure and had no reason to worry. He added that he had already paid $26 million in taxes to the IRS for 2015, pushing back against reports about unpaid taxes. However, documents later showed he had asked for more time to pay what he owed, and eventually settled a $6.6 million tax bill for 2017, raising even more questions.
He's like the Floyd Mayweather of the MMA, the UFC.
I didn't know Conor McGregor was undefeated, but I didn't know that he had a reign in MMA for 20 years and undefeated, and was world champion in 5 different weight classes. That's something I didn't know.
Yeah.
So I guess you guys telling me something new. If you say he's the Floyd Mayweather of the MMA.
Well, do you
I mean, if you're saying he's the Floyd Mayweather of the MMA, I'm trying to find out. Have you ever made $300 million in one night? Have you ever made $100 million in one night? Have you ever made $70 million in one night? So, as far as trying to say that he's the Floyd Mayweather of MMA, I mean, it's okay to just to say it, but it's not true. I'm a legend, a living legend. You know, I gave just sport of boxing. I gave years and years of hard work. It was blood, sweat, and tears. I had a tremendous team. I had a tremendous run. I think that it's time for Conor McGregor to go out there and do what he do. But never compare Conor McGregor to me. That's a total disrespect.
Well,
I mean, once again, I'm an elephant. Elephant don't beef with ants. You know, elephant is so large you don't even see ants.
Mayweather's shift from the clean-cut pretty boy to the flashy and outspoken Money Mayweather was no accident. It was a smart business move. By playing the role of the villain, he turned himself into a must-watch figure in boxing. His loud trash talk, flashy jewelry, and mountains of cash weren't just for attention. They were part of a strategy to sell tickets and boost pay-per-view numbers. People loved to hate him, and that worked in his favor. Whether fans wanted to see him win or lose, they were watching, and more importantly, they were paying.
They were riddled. It's believed to be genetic because his dad broke his hand and his uncle broke his hand. Yeah, they were all boxers and them boys could throw hands. That does not mean he had it easy. You see, his dad sold a bunch of stuff and his mom did a bunch of stuff. So to escape his traumatic childhood, all he would do is train day in and day out. He said, I had to take care of my mom. But he trained so much because it's all he knew that his hand started to hurt. During a match, he breaks his hand. It turns out that both of his hands were severely injured. They told him, Floyd, you're not boxing anymore. He said, nah, I'm finna box. They said, no, you're not hearing me. The problem is you already beat everybody your size. Listen, Floyd had a bigger issue. He needed to start boxing people that were way bigger than him because everybody his size couldn't hang with him. So if his hands were breaking against smaller guys, against bigger guys, he better have no arms. So Mayweather's team said we need to switch things up. This dude, Mayweather's promoter, said switch things. What not? Everything's saying the same, stupid. He said unless y'all got $750K, the exit your contract is done. Mayweather said here. He said, what? I don't pay you that much. Mayweather said I've been saving up for this day. He said, oh, okay, big dog, you got it. So they devised a plan. Go from pretty boy to money. See, pretty boy loved to throw hands, but money was a defensive specialist. In fact, he's easily considered as the greatest defensive boxer of all time. But that wasn't the only reason he changed his name. Look at that man's face. See, Mayweather was known to talk smack and aggravate people, but this made things even worse because now he's blocking and running away. So people was like, you doing all this talking, but you running. As he's moving away, he's throwing in some hits here and there. And before you know it, when the fight's over, he lands so many more hits that he always wins. So people would always say, Mayweather, you boring. You not throwing hands for real. His reply was always, nah, do something about it. So people lost it. They started paying to see him lose. But this strategy was none other than Muhammad Ali's strategy. In his words, he would talk so much trash that people would pay to see him lose. And they would get disappointed every time. So they would come back next time and spend some more money. But the only person winning is Muhammad Ali. So this turns Mayweather into one of the richest athletes of all time. Why? Because of his brittle hands.
Floyd Mayweather is never shy when talking about his boxing skills. In many interviews, he boldly declares himself the greatest fighter of all time, often pointing to his perfect record as proof. But not everyone agrees. Some critics have questioned whether he might have used performance-enhancing drugs during his career. even though there's never been solid evidence to back up those claims. While these suspicions remain unproven, they continue to pop up in conversations about his legacy, adding another controversial layer to the already divisive image he's built over the years.
You can use the IV to mask performance-enhancing drugs. That's why they outlawed it.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather was on PEDs the entire time? Oh my goodness, I'm so surprised.
You know, you saw it for they gave you a TUE.
I mean, with any fighters, some fighters take Pedialytes. Let me tell you in a second.
Just rehydrate.
When a fighter's
I mean, well, my question is this:
because my urine, my urine was dark, extremely dark.
For him to test less than 1, something is wrong.
What are your thoughts on testosterone replacement therapy? You know anything about it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Testosterone replacement therapy, you ever heard of talking about the truth?
I don't know.
Okay, it's fine.
Mayweather has always embraced a live-in-the-moment approach to wealth. In a 2015 interview, he famously said, "Everything you've got to own costs money. Everything you do costs money. You can't take your wife on a date for free." For him, money is something to enjoy, not to stash away. He's often spoken about the joy he gets from giving his family a life of luxury. However, this mindset has sparked criticism, while Mayweather insists his spending habits are just rewards for years of hard work. Others argue that he's ignoring the importance of financial planning and long-term stability.
But you throw a lot of money around, don't you?
Why not? You can't take it with you. I mean, there's no Brent trucks pulling up at no funeral home. So, I mean, you gotta be able to enjoy your money, but make your money work for you.
Carpe diem, seize the day, live every day.
Absolutely.
That's Floyd Mayweather's strategy.
My strategy is I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler. No matter how you look at it. Just because I may wear a diamond, necklace or a big diamond ring, because another guy he wear a ring on his ring finger, and he's no better than I am. He's doing the same thing I'm doing, but he's just sweeping his dirt under the rug. And mine is out in the open.
Money doesn't make people happy, but you've got a hell of a lot of it. And are you happy?
Am I happy? Absolutely. I'm happy because my children are happy. I'm happy because my mom is happy. I'm not happy because of the money, because I was happier when I didn't have the money.
When it comes to criticism, Mayweather usually brushes it off by calling it jealousy. In a 2022 interview, he questioned the very idea, asking, "If someone says I'm jealous, there's got to be a reason, so what is it?" He pointed to his many achievements to prove his point, boasting, "I've still got all my buildings in New York City, 100 cars that are fully paid for, and 30 homes that I own outright." For Mayweather, these successes are proof that he's earned every bit of his lifestyle and that his critics simply can't relate to his level of accomplishment.
Okay, that's the best fight in the calendar, but then Mayweather and Conor McGregor, just their personalities, they came with this crazy energy and a press tour, and it just diverted attention away. So he has done it before, but now he's being accused of doing it to his own fighter by the fighter himself, possibly, because again, it was subliminal, and then that's what people are thinking. So Floyd responds to this, and he says, "As far as me being jealous of anyone, and I'm not talking about my fighters, I mean, God has truly blessed me and put me in a position to be able to give back to my fighters. If giving back is jealousy, then that's what it is. Fighters and individuals are going to feel like they want to feel. And my job is to always be a bigger person and continue to stay positive and push for my fighters to be great." So you see right there, Floyd Mayweather decided to take the high road.
Mayweather's larger-than-life lifestyle and self-confidence have always been central to his public image. He often says that his wealth is a reward for the battles he fought both in the ring and in life. "I fought my way from poverty to the top," he once said. "I deserve to live an incredible lifestyle." But behind the flash is also a sharp business mind. He's made smart choices outside the ring, turning his fame into a financial empire. In 2024, he made his biggest business move yet, teaming up with 601 companies on a $10 billion commercial real estate deal. This massive project includes 18 office buildings and over 10 million square feet of space in top cities like New York and Chicago. It marked a major step in expanding his empire beyond boxing.
I love bringing people into my lifestyle showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me. Guess what? You can do the same. It's all about making power moves. And I'm pointing like this because all of them, we're in New York City right now. We're in Manhattan. That's what we do. Come on. All this money made. No partners. All by myself. Over 1,000 apartments. I'm just getting started.
More recently, in March 2025, Mayweather entered the health and wellness space with a bold $30 million investment in Plus Brand Industries, Inc., a company focused on healthy living and tech-driven consumer products. This wasn't just a financial move, he also became the company's new creative director, showing he wants to play an active role in shaping its future. This new venture highlights Mayweather's growing interest in industries outside of sports and entertainment and his continued efforts to build a business legacy that reaches far beyond the boxing ring.
Floyd Mayweather is on an absolute real estate buying spree. I'm honestly having kind of a hard time keeping up with all this. Just listen to some of these headlines. All of these were posted just in the last 8 days alone. Floyd Mayweather lands $402 million deal to buy over 60 buildings in New York City. Mayweather puts $100 million in $3 billion JV. Mayweather buying a stake in former Versace mansion in Miami Beach. I knew this guy was rich, and it's no secret that he's been doing some big real estate deals lately, but he's absolutely on a roll right now. Different sources give different numbers, but Floyd's net worth is estimated to be as high as $1.5 billion, which makes him one of the wealthiest athletes in the world. Because of that, he's owned massive mansions in Las Vegas, Beverly Hills, and Miami over the years.
Still, Mayweather's bold attitude and flashy lifestyle haven't gone unchallenged. Many critics believe that his constant self-praise and public displays of wealth cross the line into arrogance. Boxing legend Mike Tyson once said that Mayweather seems a little too into himself, hinting that his behavior can be off-putting rather than inspiring. Others argue that flaunting millions in watches, cars, and cash, especially when so many people are struggling, can come across as out of touch to them. His over-the-top persona feels less like confidence and more like insensitivity to the world around him.
What lessons do you think Pacquiao and Mayweather could learn from you in terms of life away from the ring?
Well, Floyd seems to be going through some stuff like me right now, you know, like realizing no one's his friend and everybody's probably, even though I even hate to say it, because maybe everybody's kind of a little jealous of him, you know, because he is Floyd Mayweather. I know these other guys got their money, but this guy is the champ of the world, you know. It's hard to compete with that. So he's pretty big on those scales as far as on the celebrity scale. So he's gonna realize what life is all about, what friends are all about, and realize that we only have a few of them. And sometimes they're the only ones we got. They may not be the ones we want, but they're the ones we have. You know, sometimes we want to have glorious, glamorous friends, but they don't want to be our friends. So sometimes we have to deal with the hand that we were dealt with and accept the friends that we have.
Despite the criticism, Mayweather insists that much of what people think about him is based on misunderstandings. In a candid interview, he said that the public and media often judge him without really knowing who he is or where he comes from. He opened up about his complicated relationship with his father, Floyd Mayweather Sr., saying that although it wasn't always easy, His father's strict discipline and tough love played a huge role in shaping him into the undefeated champion he became. He also recalled the few losses he suffered in his amateur career, each by just 1 point hand. Explain how those early setbacks lit a fire in him to work harder and never let another fight slip through his fingers.
People are entitled to judge me for what they hear. Hearsay.
Okay.
Making assumptions. Just because I never came out and said, "Oh, let me explain," I don't have to explain that to nobody. Only people that I feel like I have to explain something to is my children and my relation, and because at the end of the day, only God can judge me.
Let's go back to where it all started. You grew up in Grand Rapids,
yes,
Michigan. Your father was a fighter. Your uncle was a fighter.
Both uncles.
Okay, both uncles were fighters. So it was almost like you was like destined. It was predetermined. You were ordained to be a fighter.
Yes. That's all I knew.
Now it's your turn. What are your thoughts on Floyd Mayweather's mindset around money and fame? Do you think he's earned the right to spend freely? Or should he take a more careful approach to managing his fortune and image? Let us know what you think in the comments.